We'll chant Om 3 times, followed by the invocation shlokas. Om. 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 Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vedvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्. As we are doing Drg Drsya Viveka, let us chant the first shloka. One of you please go off mute and repeat after me. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik. Wait.
Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik
Tadrishyam Druktu Manasam
Tadrishyam Tu Manasam
Drishyadhivruttaya Sakshi
Drishyahidhi Vrittayah Sakshi
Drugevanatu Drishyate.
Drikev Natu Drishyate.
In the Drg Drsya Viveka, we are studying the relationship between the Maya, so two powers. The first power is Vikshepa Shakti, a projection, and the second one, Avarna Shakti, which is veiling power. Vikshepa Shakti projects the universe, and once the universe is projected, the difference between the universe and Brahman, that is covered or veiled by Avarna Shakti. So, given this kind of a veiling is there between what is, so this veiling happens internally by veiling the difference between Sakshi and Ahankara. In the outside world, it is happening by veiling the difference between Brahman and Maya, or the projection, right? So, then the solution for that, to fix our problem, is to be able to see the difference between Brahman and Maya in the outside world. So, once we are able to differentiate what is Brahman and what is Maya and how to differentiate in the outside world, then we are all set. So then we get free from, we get out of Maya Savarna Shakti. And once we are able to come out of Maya Savarna Shakti, then obviously like Vikshepa also will go away. Now, how do we get out of Maya Savarna Shakti? That, but that upaya or a method has been given. That was what we were studying in verse number 20th shloka. What does it say? Asti bhati priyam rupam nama cha iti iti amsha panchakam ajatrayam brahma rupam jagat rupam tatattvayam. So in this world, anything that we take in this prapancha, there are five aspects. Asti bhati priyam, meaning existence, consciousness, and bliss, along with rupam and nama. Rupam means form, nama means name. Rupam form means it is just upalakshana. Upalakshana means it is a representative sample for rest of the things also. So that means that rupam means along with rupam, shabda, rupa, rasa, gandha, shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha, all five are involved in this. And then nama. So these three are belong to Brahman, and these two belong to Maya. Now, these are Jagat. They didn't, the author did not call us Maya, but he called it as Jagat. So this Jagat has got Nama and Rupa. Why Nama? Because we anything that we experience, we give a name to it. If there is no name, we cannot explain our experience to other people. So pretty much all our experiences, either as objects, visible objects, or abstract objects, or people, whatever, we have names. Okay? For example, think about meaning like if I say I am sad. Actually, this is not a great example. Okay, even this makes sense, but let us say this is a common thing that you all notice is mom says to the child, I love you. And the child says, I love you more. And mom says, I love you more. Okay. Now, what exactly love means to mother is different from what the child feels as love to for mother. So, are they even talking about the same thing? What mother is talking about love and what the child is talking about the love, are they even talking about the same thing? We don't know for sure. Second thing is that whether mom says I love you or child says I love you more, how do we quantify that? We cannot really quantify, let alone verify that if they are same or not. Similarly, any abstract thing says, for example, taste, right? What I taste and I think is tasty is different from what you taste and what you think as tasty. So these kind of things are there, but so even though we name it what a particular feeling, an overwhelming feeling, we call it as an overwhelming feeling where it causes happiness in us when we see an object that we call as love. And then we say that, okay, love is the nama and rupa is, what is the rupa? It is not shabda sparsha rupa rasa gandha, right? But it is a feeling. It can be grasped and experienced through the mind. Even that is also jagat. Okay, so now these five are there. So now remember this book, Drsya Viveka, is a not just Shravana based grantha, but Manana grantha also. So more analysis needs to be done, and the implication of this shloka has to be properly understood. So from a from a meaning perspective, we have covered it already. Okay, but what are its implications? Okay, how do we use this shloka in our daily life to be able to differentiate between what is Brahman and what is Jagat? Now let us say this nama and rupa. Okay. Now you said like, wave. Now here is an interesting thing is that uh, this asti bhati priyam, first what we are trying to do is that this asti bhati priyam nama rupa are there. So what we typically say is, now that we understood this shloka, I take this cup. Okay. In this cup, what I say is that in this cup, there is asti bhati priyam. But when I said cup, nama is already implied. Form is also name and form, both of them are already implied. And now I am saying that this cup has got asti bhati priya. So we first took Jagat aspect, Nama Rupa, and then we are going to asti bhati priya. This is how we are approaching. Now, if you look at this, right? Let us take water and waves. Okay. Now, wave has water. Foam also got water. Okay. Wave got water. Wave has water. Foam also has water. So now what we are saying is that wave has water and foam has water. But what is the reality? It is actually water that is appearing as foam. It is water that is appearing as wave. So water has foam. Water has a wave form in it, the form of wave in it. It is not that water came after foam has come. Okay? Water came before foam has come. So foam has water is incorrect. Rather, water pre-exists foam. So it is water that is appearing as foam, and water has foam is more accurate way of describing rather than saying foam has water. Similarly, water has wave in it is more accurate way of describing than saying a wave has water in it, because water has pre-existed wave and the wave has formed within water. Okay. So, you see where I'm going with this? The idea is, yeah, go ahead, Shobhati.
But when you say the wave has water, and water, there is also the wave has the water also. It is because of the water the wave has formed.
So, see, what is happening is that look at our drishti. Drishti means how we perceive as opposed to how, see, from a language perspective, what you are saying is right. Okay? From the language perspective, what we are saying is right. But what we need to understand is that it is not just from a reality perspective, what is the right way? Okay. See, we are.
Can we say it's a substratum?
Yes,
For
it is
that.
substratum, yes. But what happens is that what is the substratum of wave? What is the substratum of foam? Yes. But in language, it is not like problem with English language. In any Indian, I mean, like Indian languages also, water has wave is something that we sing. I'm sorry, wave has water in it. Foam has water in it. That is how we speak. Okay. But the reality is, from a pure reality perspective, water precedes wave. And it is within water, there is a waveform that has come. Okay. A wave cannot exist independent of water. Okay. Because wave cannot exist independent of water, saying water has, wave has water is as if wave can exist independent of water too. Okay. So then why is this being emphasized is in Brahman there is Srishti. Srishti cannot exist independent of Brahman. Brahman can exist independent of Srishti. So now when we say, for example, if you take wave, now wave is large, then that largeness belongs to the wave. It's a large wave, it's a small wave. But you cannot say wave has water, but because water pre-existed wave. So existence, the Sat, is and it manifests as it is. So the reason why we're talking about this is when we look at objects, we must be alert and we should have a subtle vision and we need to open our eyes of knowledge. So we should be able to see every object with these 5 facets. Okay. And the first things that we should see are the ones that are pre-existing and independent, which is Asti Bhati Priyam, existence, consciousness, bliss. Then comes name and form. Okay. So now this Nama and Rupa, now if you look at this Nama and Rupa, let's talk about a little bit of Rupa. Okay. Now, whatever are you seeing a thing as it is? For example, some of us are wearing glasses. That means what? Without glasses, the eyes are filtering the shape and the form of whatever I see. Some of us could be colorblind, in which case the eyes are filtering the world in the way I see. I may not be wearing glasses, but I may not have 20/20 vision. Even then, there is a filtering that is happening in the eye. My visibility of colors, my visibility of able to see in this world is limited to a certain bandwidth. Something like ultraviolet or infrared, like beyond a particular color spectrum, my eyes cannot perceive that. So all that is filtered out already. This is with the eyes. So the rupam, the form that I am seeing, is not 100% of what the object really is. So the object that I am seeing outside, the object that is outside that I am seeing, it is already colored because of my physical eye. Now, is that all? The mind also starts coloring people or the objects based on its own likes and dislikes. So again, the object, the rupa, nama rupa, right? The rupa form first right within the jnanendriyas. Okay, so that could be chakshu or shravana or charma, whichever, right? Through the 5 indriyas, okay, chakshuradi bahendriyas. By the time the input comes into mind, it is already colored or it is distorted in some way or other because of the limitations of these 5 jnanendriyas. Then the mind has got its own coloring, meaning it's got its own raga and dvesha. Because of that, the same person, when he comes to a meeting, some people in the meeting are happy to see this person. Some people are unhappy to see this person. Some people see this person as a very efficient, and some other people think that this person is crazy person, like that, right? So many ways they look. So now, this person who just entered into the meeting, and now let us say there are 5 people in this meeting. How many people, how many versions of this man is there? So imagine there are 5 people in the meeting. The 6th person has come. Okay. So how many versions of this man are there in this meeting?
6, because the 6th one joined also. He has his own version.
And even his own version about himself is also different from who he really is. Because again, he may not be able to see some of his flaws, he may not be able to see some of his strengths, or overinflates some of his strengths, or undermines his own flaws. So basically, it is 6 perceptions plus 1 reality. So there are 7 versions of this person when there are 6 people. Okay. So in this way, what is happening is each jiva, we are creating our own world. Okay. Now Brahmaji meaning like Hiranyagarbha or Ishvara. Okay, you take Ishvara. Ishvara Srishti is there. Ishvara Srishti, there's only one Ishvara Srishti. But the Srishti of each jiva is different, and each jiva has created its own Srishti. Okay. When Venkat wakes up, he sees a different world. Venkat is the center of this universe. And anything and everything that is happening in this world is with respect to presence of Venkat. And everything that is experienced by Venkat is colored by Venkat's Jnanendriyas and Antakarana. Okay. Now, in Venkat's world, Venkat is everything. But in Shobhaji's world, what is the role of Venkat? He is someone whom she sees few times a week on a Zoom call talking about Vedanta. Nothing beyond that. Shobhaji's world is completely different. Okay, Venkat plays a minor role in her life. In the same way, Rajiv ji, it's a different world. So like that, it means for every being, this Srishti is different. So whatever rupas I am seeing is not the same rupas that you are seeing. Okay, so this Jagat is completely different. My Jagat is different from your Jagat, etc. But when the rupas are different, the Asti Bhati Priyam that are there, all these 3 are same for all of us. Because every object has this pre-existing 3 components. Asti, Bhati, Priyam. Right? So, now,
One quick question here.
sure.
Nama could be the same, even though the Rupa may be different.
Nama also could be different.
Nama could be different, but it could also be the same. Now, like, for example, with bread. When we say bread could be different in different forms, in different names, but the name bread stays the same. I mean, it just for an example that came to my head right now.
Yeah. So, see, depending upon the language, the name changes for the same object. See, in uh, for example, in India, we used to call bread as double roti. That's a different name. Okay. And a baby would call this bread as I'm just making it, right? Okay. Beddu. Okay. Because the child cannot pronounce. Now, when the baby is calling it as beddu, everybody else in the family, to make sure that the baby understands, they will call that bread as beddu only. And that is a name that is given for that bread in that family for until maybe sometimes until the baby grows up too. Even after the baby grows up, they tend to call bread as beddu. Okay, so this name is something that we give, but again, it is different. Now, if you look at another way, right? For example, uh, when you say, for example, my name is Venkat. My parents don't call me as Venkat. They have a nickname for me, which is not Venkat. Now, my friends also have a derogatory nickname for me. Okay. Of course, it is called out of love and also out of teasing, but it's a derogatory, a different nickname. Now, my full name is actually different. It is not Venkat. Okay. So the name in my certificates, etc., is different. And then my spouse calls me in a different way. My kids call me as dad, or, right, or something. Okay. So again, they call me differently. My siblings call me with differently, like Anna, right? As a older bhai equivalent. Like that, everybody, the same person called by different people in different ways. Okay, so even the name is also different. Okay, so Nama and Rupa keeps on changing. And also the moment an object changes, its name changes. Meaning, what you call as a bird becomes a flower. Then the same flower may become a fruit. Okay, like that, right? So again, as it changes, name changes. And this language is made for this world, not for the reality. Okay. If I take this, what I say is that, okay, so these are glasses, right? So what I say is glass is. This is how I say. This, I say, wallet is, I say, right? Now, before this is a glass, it was something else. When this form of glass is destroyed or into a different form, it is still there. So that existence factor is still there. So that means what? What is that existence factor in a glass is or wallet is the word. Yes, is. Right? So is the one that is actually there, and the glass is just an appearance. Wallet is also just an appearance. Right? So the language is destroyed under the weight of Vedanta. Okay. If you take the word like, if you think about a golden necklace. So when you say golden necklace, necklace is noun, golden is adjective in English language. Or even any Indian language also the same. Necklace would be noun and golden is adjective. But the reality is gold, meaning within the golden necklace, gold is basically, it is the appearance of gold as necklace. So, or we can say gold with the appearance of necklace. Okay. So, gold should be the noun and necklace, because it's an appearance and it can change, necklace should be adjective from a Vedanta perspective. Okay. So, whatever is permanent should be the one that has to be paid attention to. What is Jagat doing, this language, etc., in the Jagat? They are trying to remove, I mean, like, they are moving our attention from what is substratum to what is appearance all this time. Okay. So now this is, as I said, right? Gold is, necklace, like glasses. If it's glasses, right? It are, okay, which is still is, okay? Wallet is, when you say like that, this is, now it has, it's an interesting thing. This word is it asti bhati priyam? What is that equivalent of this? What is this is representing?
Existence.
Existence. So it is sat. But is also thing is that this is making you appear, or it is making you feel the presence, because it is making you feel the presence of it. It is not just existence, but it is also consciousness. The presence of is sat, and the manifestedness, okay, how it is manifested of this is chit. So sat and chit will always remain together. They cannot exist independent of each other. Okay. And now, what about asti and bhati is sat and chit? What about anand, asti bhati priyam? So priyam is ananda. So where is the ananda? The ananda is inbuilt in every object, in across everything, because the universe is in complete harmony. The existence is in its complete harmony at its base level. There is no dukkha, there are no ups and downs. Okay, so there are no pain and pleasure or anything like that. So that ananda swabhava, okay, that is there in every object. Now, if you look at from a day-to-day perspective, vyavaharika perspective, every object will give ananda to someone or other. Okay, so that's how we should understand. Now, this, how to see, like, why we are doing so much analysis on this is because this is aspect, this sat aspect should become our primary thing. How do we see? How do we understand in reality? Now, let us say there's a superimposition that we always talk of, snake on the rope. Okay. Now, so in this superimposition of snake, what is snake superimposed on?
The
The
rope.
rope. So in this superimposition, the snake, rope is already there. Yes. But what is our experience? This is snake. Okay. Now take this statement. This is snake. This English language statement. This is snake. Now in this statement, this is snake. Snake is superimposition. Yes?
Yeah.
Now, what is this? The word this.
The rope.
This aspect belongs to the rope. Why? Because what happened is that when you saw a snake instead of rope, what happened? You have seen something. Okay? I have seen something. But I don't know the specific nature of this something. And then before I understood the very specific nature of that reality, the superimposition happened. So I should have seen rope, instead I saw snake. But this superimposition of snake only happened after I saw the rope. Before I recognized it is rope. So that this is snake in that not just from a language perspective, but from a drishti perspective also, from the vision perspective also, this precedes snake, and that this aspect belongs to rope. Now, when we say, when we say a person has saw a snake instead of a rope, what happened? That means that I as that person did not see clearly. Okay. So why did not I see clearly? Means there are three possibilities. Okay. There are three possibilities. One is maybe I'm preoccupied. Okay, so I did not pay attention. Okay, I was looking something and I was thinking about something and I saw something there and I suddenly thought it is snake. I mean, this is a common thing, right? Like, so, for example, uh, uh, at least this is a very common example for me, right? So, let's say, like, in my college days, like, let's say I was looking for my friend, or in my office, I'm looking for my colleague, and I heard that he is somewhere. Okay, then, as I'm walking, everybody looks like everybody appears like that guy to me about whom I'm looking for. Okay. So, this, my preoccupation because of which I did not see something clearly, that is called pramatru dosha. Pramatru means the experiencer. Okay. The one who is experiencing, there's a problem in that. Then, also, maybe it is kind of like dark, like slightly dark. It's not absolute. If it's absolutely dark, I can't see anything. And if it's absolutely bright, I can see it clearly. It is like a dusk. Okay, there is a half, like half darkness is there. So because of that, I could not differentiate whether it is a snake or rope, and I thought it is snake. So then this lack of light or defect in my eyes, etc. These are the problem with the instruments. So this is called pramana dosha, the measuring, how we measured, in that there is a problem. And the third one is that rope itself looks like a snake. So that means the problem is there with the object itself. That is called prameya dosha. So these are three types of doshas. One is in the seer. One is the third one is in the seen, and the second one is in the means of seeing. So there are problems in either of those three. Pramatru dosha is in the seer, pramana dosha is in the instrument, prameya dosha is in the object itself. So there can be any of these three reasons or a combination of these three may make something not see clearly. Why? Because we're talking about this avarna shakti. Okay. So now, whatever it is, unless I see this first, then superimposition does not occur. Okay. So when I know that, okay, this something is appearing, that is what we call as samanya jnana. Samanya jnana is some general knowledge. General knowledge meaning like the generic knowledge is there. Okay, something is there. And Vishesha Jnana means, oh, this something is rope or this something is snake. Okay? And when that Vishesha Jnana, when that specific knowledge is not there, superimposition happens. So I have a compound experience in this. This is snake is an experience of substratum and superimposition. This, the word belongs to substratum and snake experience belongs to superimposition. So in every object, also it is the same. This not just in the superimposition of snake and rope, not just in the delusory aspect. In our Vyavaharika Jagat, meaning in this transactional world, and every object, this asti belongs to substratum, existence. Bhati, that which shines and manifests, that manifestedness of this expression of this chit aspect, that also belongs to substratum. Okay, the bliss aspect also belongs to substratum. This bliss aspect, okay, and then this nama and rupa belong to the superimposition. Okay, so this is how we need to understand clearly in terms of whenever I see something, it is not like I am searching asti bhati priya in this set of glasses. Rather, see this as a superimposition of nama and rupa on asti bhati and priya. Okay, this is how our daily exercise has to be done. So now this itself is a sadhana, because see, one of the things is that in people, when we study Vedanta, people always say this is a very interesting thing that we talked about. It's very nice, but how? What is the application of this in this real world? That's what they say, right? Where for them the world is real and this Vedanta is some abstract topic. But now understanding this knowledge, that what we talked about, as the author of this book, with Swami Vidyaranyaji, explained to us, okay, this is the exercise we must do, or we should, at least in initial days, plan like maybe 5 to 10 minutes every day, as and when you're looking at something, either in your room or people watching, or you're driving or whatever, and as and when you have some moment of silence, you look around and try to see asti bhati priyam first, and then understand that nama and rupa are superimposed on that asti bhati priya. This exercise, if you are doing it on a regular basis, it will change the way we look at things outside. It will change the way we interact with people in the outside world. All our interactions would change to a slightly into a different degree. Okay? Why? Because any situation that I'm facing is just a nama rupa that belongs to Jagat, and it is not true. It is going to go away. What is true is that asti bhati priyam. Whether whoever I'm interacting with, whether I'm in our chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, right? Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo, right? Whether it's sukha or dukkha, labha or alabha, meaning sukha dukkha means pain or pleasure. Labha or alabha means gain or loss. Jaya jayo, victory or loss. It doesn't matter, none of them matter anymore, because in the end of the day, you are seeing that Asti Bhati Priyam in to everything, then you are seeing Samatva. Samatva means equanimity everywhere. When that equanimity everywhere is seen, what happens? Again, in chapter 2 itself, the definition for yoga, one of the definitions for yoga is Samatvam Yoga Muchyate. Samatvam means equanimity is yoga. Yoga means being united with the higher. So being united with the higher is, if you are able to if you are able to unite with higher all the time, then you become yogi. Yogi is just another name for sthita prajna, another name for jnani, another name for jivan mukta or gunatita or bhakta, all of this. So this is a direct path to experience that oneness in the world. So I want to pause here to see if you have any questions.
No, I'm good.
We'll go to we'll start this next shloka, and we'll go at a basic meaning, and then we'll go through that in detail in our next session. Okay. So it is shloka number 21. Khavaapyagnirjvalorvishu. Okay. Khavaapyagnirjvalorvishu. Okay, so that is Kha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Urvishu. So there are five. Basically, there are five Panchamahabhutas. Vayu, Agni, Jala, Urvishu becomes Khavayagnir Jalorvishu. Okay. Deva Tiryang Naradishu. Deva Tiryak Nara Adishu. Okay, so that is another word. Abhinna Satchidanandaha. That is Abhinna Sat Chit Anandaha. Vidyate Rupa Namani. So Rupa and Namani becomes Rupa Namani. Sorry, Rupa Namani. Okay, Rupa Namani. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, Khava Vyagne Jale Virvishu.
Khava nirjale vishu.
Devate Yang Naradishu.
Devatiryagna radishu.
Abhinna Satchidanandaha.
Abhinna Satchidanandaha.
Vidyate Rupa Namani.
Vidyate Rupanamani.
So in some places it is Vidyate, in some places it is Vidyate. Mm, if you have that in your text, is it said Vidyate or Vidyate?
Vidyate.
Okay, so according to Swamiji, he said Vidyate is correct and it has to be corrected accordingly. Vidyate. Okay. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Agnir Jali Jalor Vishu. Kava Agnir Jalor Vishu. Wow.
it is in the second line.
Tongue twisting.
So now what happened is that, as I said, Ka means space, Vayu, air, Agni, fire, Jala, water, Urvi means Bhumi, Ishu means all of these five. Okay, Urvishu. Okay, meaning basically these Panchabhutas. Deva, Tiryak, Nara, Adishu. Okay, so Deva means divine forms. Tiryak means the divine forms means Deva, Gandharva, Yaksha, etc. All higher forms. Tiryak means everything lower than us, like what all the animals itself, they're called Tiryak. Okay? And basically, that has animals. Okay, and Nara means humans, Adishu, etc., etc. So here, I mean, it is not just these three categories, but etc., meaning all beings. So the first set are Panchamahabhutas, and the second set are different types of beings. So what is the difference between the first and second? Okay, the first are Panchabhuta Srishti, meaning they're just Tanmatras. So like in each of them, in Kava, Kha, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Urvi, all of them has what? Three gunas. What is that? Sattva, Tamas, and Rajas. Now, these Panchabhuta Mahasrishti, what happened when those were created, according to Tattvabodha, what is that? They were Tanmatras. Tanmatra means
Pure form.
they are that alone, they are pure. Because they are pure, what happened is that they cannot mix with each other. And then what happened? Panchekarna happened. When Panchekarna happened, that is where Sthula Panchamahabhutas have come. Okay, so where it's a mixture of everything. So then when that happened, what happened? So the first thing is what we call as Bhuta Srishti. This Ka, Vayu, Agni, Jala, Urvi as Panchamahabhutas, as Apanchibhuta, meaning like which are like as Tanmatras, they are called as Bhuta Srishti because they're Bhutas. Bhu means to be. Okay, so they are connected to the substratum. Okay, then from there, of course, Sthula Panchamahabhutas have come, and from the Sthula Panchamahabhutas, all the bodies are generated, whether it is Deva, whether it is Tiryak. Tiryak means anything that walks on four legs is called Tiryak. Okay, four-legged ones. So technically, a snake is not Tiryak. Okay, so then that is why Adi is there, right? Deva, Tiryak, Nara, Adi, meaning like understand that everything else. That means that it is fish is included. That means a spider is included. Okay, which has got 6 legs or 8 legs, I don't know. Okay, and a butterfly is included, okay, which doesn't have probably had I don't know if you can consider whether it has legs or not. So all of those are included. All beings. So first things are Bhuta, then this is Bhautika ones, okay? So, and this Bhautika Srishti, what is happening, all these bodies, there is food for them, food is being taken through all the senses, okay? So not just through the mouth, okay? So they are experiencing food through the eyes, etc., whichever. So, Sthula Bhuta Srishti, Sukshma Bhuta Srishti, Bhautika Srishti, okay? All of them are created, right? In all of these, what happened? There is Asti Bhati Priyam is there, which is Brahman. Abhinnaha Satchit Anandaha Bhidyete Rupa namani. So that means this in the previous verse, all it said is that in everything in this world, there are five things, five aspects in every object. Asti bhati priyam, nama rupa. The first three belong to Brahman, last two belong to Jagat. Now, in this shloka, what it is saying is that no matter whether you take bhutas such as Panchamahabhutas, Stula or Sukshma, whether you take Deva, Nara, or Tiryas, meaning like animals, plants, humans, whatever you see, in all of them, this Satchitananda is there. And this Satchitananda is Abhinna. Abhinna means it is not different. It is identical. Meaning, Sat is not different from Chit. Chit is not different from Ananda. So all of them is, and they are not different from Brahman. So today, I am not recognizing Brahman because my attention is lacking. So whenever I see an object, whether I see a human, whether I see a Bhagwan, okay, I mean a Deva or higher being, okay, maybe I don't have I don't have such a good faith to see a Deva Purusha, but at least I see some animals, okay, and I see the fire, water, etc. All of these I see. So no matter what I see, in all of them, I need to understand that I see Brahman plus world. And this world I am seeing due to Avarana Shakti. Avarana Shakti is only due to my ignorance. So if I pay attention, I can get rid of this Nama Rupa and I can focus on the Satchit Ananda aspect. So I am seeing Brahman always. Due to this Avana Shakti, I am taking this world for real. Vidyate Rupa Namani. So that means that you are able to eliminate. Okay? Eliminate what? Eliminate Rupa, form, and Nama. So that means that you among these five, you are keeping the first three and slowly getting rid of these two and only trying to focus on these three. And that can be done through anything, okay, that we see. Okay. So Brahma Satyam, Jagat Mithya. So when this kind of stuff is said, right, Brahman is real, Jagat is Mithya. When that is said, Jagat is something that is changing and Brahman, the substratum, is real. So this is the knowledge that is going to liberate us. Even if it is my mental things, okay, my mental objects such as thoughts. Okay, every thought has got asti, bhati, priya, nama, rupa. When I say earlier, we're talking about a feeling of love, okay, a thought of love. Already name is there, okay, and it has got a subtle form. So remove that and then look at asti, bhati, priyam in that. Okay. Even if you have irritation, even in that irritation, understand that there's a priyam aspect. Okay. Asti Bhati Priya is there because sometimes we love to get irritated on some people. Okay. So, so we need to do this. So there, so many sadhanas are done, but this sadhana is the final sadhana. This is a sadhana that, see, we do, for example, you do japa of God, you do chanting of God, you do puja of God. All of them are preparing for the final sadhana. The final, so all those sadhanas are helping you to purify your mind. They have a role. However, they are not taking you to the destination. This is the sadhana that is going to take you to the destination. So don't, it doesn't mean like you drop your japa or puja, etc. No. They are needed, and they will help us keep our mind alert and sharp so that we can step into the higher sadhana. So those all other sadhanas are preparatory sadhanas for this final sadhana. Okay. So this is something that we must practice. Now, how to practice this, etc., that is described as 6 types of samadhis in set of next 3 to 4 shlokas. Actually, it goes from shloka 22, 23, 24. Yeah, so all the way to 30 or 31, it is all about abiding in this truth. So this knowledge, and see, like, in when we study Upanishads, there's a Mahavakya, like Tattvamasi, etc. Then everything else in that Upanishad is taking to that Mahavakya, and after explaining the Mahavakya, then it is kind of like, okay, given that you understand Mahavakya, what to do next. So everything pre and post this Mahavakya is everything coming up to pre is to help you understand the Mahavakya thoroughly, and everything below that is to help you to abide in this Mahavakya. In the same way, in this book, this Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa Pancha, this is the main subject. Everything from the first shloka came to help set up the context so you understand this part thoroughly, clearly, without any doubt. Okay? So now that Shravana portion is done, including Manana also happened. Manana and Shravana. So now Nididhyasana has to happen on this. How to perform that Nididhyasana and how to absorb and abide in this truth is going to take up to the verse number 31. So that we are going to start in next week. Okay. Do you have any questions based on what you heard so far?
It's very, very deep. So I'll have to go. I usually listen to your talks again and then kind of try to understand it a little more, not in one attempt for me. This is very deep. So I'll get back if in case.
So we will, okay. So let's conclude this and
Yeah.
first. Okay. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ